Thanks for joining us today. We're here with Kenneth Hiller of the Law Offices of Kenneth Hiller. Hi, Ken.
Hello.
So, your firm handles debt lawsuits, people being sued for credit card debt or other types of debt. You help defend them against these creditors. Can you talk a little bit about that? Tell me, what your firm does in this area of the law.
Well, there's been an entire industry that has been developed about collecting old credit card debt or car loans or any other type of debt. And they are called debt buyers. And there are these huge companies, multi-million-dollar companies, that will buy old credit card debt. So for instance, let's say Discover Card has $5 million of old debt that wasn't paid. They sell it to a debt buyer, this company. And now the company tries to collect it. And they don't really have proof that the person even owes the debt. Or sometimes, and I'm not picking on Discover Card, but whoever sold them this debt, the debt may have been paid and they made a mistake in their records. Or sometimes they sell debt that the person filed bankruptcy on. And so now this debt buyer, several years later, is trying to collect this debt. And so you might get sued on a debt that's like 10 years old that you haven't heard of in forever. Remember, sometimes it's just not even your debt. It could be somebody with a similar name. And we defend those lawsuits. And it's a real problem. You could be having dinner with your wife and you give them your debit card and they say, sorry, declined. You find out your bank account was frozen. They sued you at an address you have not lived at for 6 years.
So you
never got notice of it. And now you're trying to track down who sued me, who's the lawyer, and that is where we can step in. And many times they do not have really any proof that you even owe the debt.
Wow, are there statute of limitations on debt like there are with crimes? Is that exist? Yes.
There are statute of limitations. It's complicated.
Okay.
In New York State, it's 6 years, but many of these debts are not New York debts.
It's true.
Like Discover, for example, is in Delaware. They have a 3-year statute of limitations. So yes, there are laws, and it's very common for these debts to be sued upon after the expiration of the statute of limitations. That's illegal.
That's it. Yeah.
So,
okay.
and they do other things that are illegal as well. We have a lot of cases against debt buyers.
And I'm assuming that they would have to prove that you owe this debt, right? They have to have some sort of documentation, and if they don't have that, then they don't have the right to sue you, right?
Right, and so what they do is they sue thousands of people, and 97% of the people never respond. So they get a default judgment against them. If the lawyer appears, like if we say, hey, we represent John Smith, they say, we'll drop the lawsuit.
Okay.
But we don't let them drop it. We go back after them because it's really a pretty despicable practice.
Sure. Yeah. So you can actually go after the debt collector for trying to collect on a false debt?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And collect damages for your clients.
We've brought class actions against them because they do this against thousands of people.
Yeah, they're just casting a wide net and hoping that they get as many default judgments as
possible.
Right,
and if they get sued on a debt, they basically write the check. Like, okay, well, we'll get sued on this debt, by Kenneth Hiller, laws of Kenneth Hiller, but we'll collect on the 97% of the other one. It's a business decision.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Now, if somebody comes to you after they've found out, like you said, they go to a restaurant and their bank account's frozen and everything like that. You handle everything from the beginning through.
Yes.
Right? You'll get their accounts unfrozen. You can get liens removed.
Yes.
Things of that nature.
Yes, and the sooner the better. The moment you hear that you have something like this going on, you need to get to a lawyer immediately because we have time limitations too to take action.
Sure.
So you need to see if you get sued, you should see a lawyer. And if you're handed a summons or you go home and it's fixed to your door, you should call us right away because the earlier we get involved, the more resources we have available to try to rectify the situation.
Sure, it doesn't seem like a lawsuit is something that anyone should really try to handle on their own,
right?
Unless they're an attorney.
I think some people just look at this. Some people think they're fake.
I've heard of that. Yes, because they don't recognize I don't have a debt with this person.
Right.
And they should never assume that. They should never assume it's fake.
Right.
Always call an attorney.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. We'll be right back with Kenneth Hiller.
Hello, I'm Seth Andrews. I am a consumer law attorney here at the law offices of Kenneth. Consumers have many rights under both federal and New York state law. All too often, however, businesses and their employees violate these consumer rights and subject consumers to unfair and illegal treatment. I can stop these companies from continuing to violate your rights and hold them accountable for their unfair and illegal practices. We represent consumers in a variety of different matters, including but not limited to harassment by debt collectors, credit reporting errors, credit card and other types of consumer debt lawsuits, and illegal calls made to your cell phone by auto dialers. We understand how difficult and stressful it can be in dealing with abusive collection agencies, credit reporting errors that result in loan denial, and the fear and frustrations of being sued over outstanding debt. We also know how annoying and inconvenient it can be to receive continuous, unwanted robocalls to your cell phone. We are often able to stop the improper conduct and obtain a monetary reward on your behalf. In cases involving unwanted robocalls to your cell phone, you may even be able to obtain anywhere from $500 to $1,500 per call. If you believe your consumer rights have been violated, or if you're being sued over a debt, please contact our office today for free consultation. Thank you.